Afro Tales Podcast is a part of the Connected Podcast Network. Ahoy, my friends. Welcome aboard the Afro Tales Podcast. I'm your storyteller, Aman Mazinga. Join me as we explore the tales that grew from the people of indigenous and African descent in the Americas and the Caribbean. After, come and see me, chef, who will impart upon you a recipe for the story you have just heard. So with no further ado, let us set sail on this new age of exploration. A Wolf and Little Gina. One day, Little Gina was picking some flowers. There was a fence around the house she lived in with her papa. Papa didn't want Little Gina to run in the forest, where the wolves were. He told Little Gina, "Never go out of the gate alone." "Oh, Papa, I won't." One morning, her papa had to go away for something, and Little Gina thought she'd go hunt for some flowers. She just thought it wouldn't harm anyone to peep through the gate, and that's what she did. And she saw a wild yellow flower so near to the gate that she just stepped outside and picked it. Little Gina was outside the fence now. She saw another pretty pink flower. So she skipped over to it, held it in her hand. It smelled sweet. She saw another and she got it too. Put it with the others. She was making a pretty bunch to put in her vase on her table. And so Little Gina got farther and farther away from the cabin. She picked the flowers, and the whole time she sang a sweet song. All at once, Little Gina heard a noise. She looked up and saw a great big wolf. The wolf said to her in a low, gruff voice, "Sing that sweetest, goodest song again." So, Little Gina sang it. Trebla, trebla, kun kwa kimo. And pitabat, 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 pitabat. Little Gina tiptoed toward the gate. She's going back home. And she hears big and heavy, pitabat, 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 coming behind her. And there's the wolf. He says, "Did you move?" in a gruff voice. Little Gina says, "Oh no, dear wolf. What occasion have I to do that?" "Well, sing that sweetest, goodest song again," says the wolf. Little Gina sang it. Trebla, trebla, kun kwa kimo. And the wolf was gone again. And Gina goes back some more. Pitabat, pitabat, pitabat. Softly on tiptoes toward the gate. And soon she hears very loud, pitabat, 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 coming behind. And there was the great big wolf. And he says to her, I think you moved." "Oh no, dear wolf. On what occasion would I have to move?" So he says, "Sing. Yes, sing that sweetest, goodest song again." So Little Gina begins. Trebla, 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 con qua kimo. the wolf is gone. But pitter-pat, 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 come on behind her. There's the wolf. He says to her, "You moved." She says, "Oh, no, dear wolf. What occasion would I have to move?" "Sing that sweetest, goodest song again." So she does. Tre bla tre, tre bla tre, tre bla con qua kimo. The wolf is gone again. And she, little Gina, pitter-pat, pitter-pat, pitter-patting, away home. She is so close to the gate now. And this time, she hears pitter-pat, pitter-pat, pitter-pat coming on quick behind her. Little Gina slits inside the gate. She shuts it, crack, bloop, right in the big bad wolf's face. She, sweetest, goodest, safe. The end. Wow, so first things first, I want to say that I love this story. Anytime you guys hear me do a song in a story, one, I can't sing. My grandfather is rolling over in his grave right now because he was tone deaf as a child, but learned how to sing. Me, I could sing in a choir, but that's about as far as I can get. So I cannot sing. So doing these little tunes and stuff that I do, I love it because it lets me practice some aspect of singing. But this story comes from The People Who Could Fly by Virginia Hamilton. And it's initially called The Wolf, no, Little Daughter and the Wolf. The book is great. This is obviously the second book I have from Virginia Hamilton, and I love both books, her stories and The People Who Could Fly. If you have a chance to get them both. I recommend it. Great stories from African American folklore. Now, let's talk about this story. I got that out of the way. Awesome story, right? I love the little girl's intellect. I did think, first time reading it, that she was going to get caught up by the wolf. But it just goes to show kids aren't as dumb as people want to make them out to be, right? Your children are smart. Believe that. They're very smart. They make dumb decisions like little Gina did. And her name is not Gina in the story. That's just the name I gave her. I didn't want to call her little daughter. A lot of these stories don't give a lot of characters names. Sometimes I'll give them a name. But being a dad and reading that part where she goes out, I'm just like, oh my God, she's going to get eaten by the wolf. And let's just put it out there. The wolf is obviously a metaphor for a bad person. But it can be a metaphor for so many bad things that can occur to a child and to an individual. In folklore and fairy tales, a lot of time the wolf is used as a euphemism for stranger danger, for a person trying to rape, murder, kill, maim, whatever the little girl or boy or person that they're going after. All of these things could have been what happened to this little girl, but she used her intellect to get away, and that is commendable, because a lot of times our children don't get a chance to do that. I share a lot of people that go missing on Instagram and Facebook, and it just goes to show that a lot of our children a lot of our loved ones don't get a chance to use their intellect to get away from these horrible situations. I know that went somber very quickly, and I'm sorry, but it's true. And this story is just a message to say, look out, listen to those that love you. When they say don't go outside the gate, when they say don't go outside that door, when they say stay here where it's safe, just do it. Because it's not going to always be as easy as singing somebody a song and being able to run off and get away, you know? It's just not going to always be that. And like I said, I applaud the little girl for being able to do that. And I applaud anybody that can do that in real life. Get away from their attackers. Get away from that dangerous situation. And living, in my life when I was younger, doing the same kind of things as this little girl, not listening to my mom, just going out and doing what I want to do. So I know, I definitely understand. But, sometimes you just got to listen. Listen to those that love you, and really have your best interests in mind. But if you do find your way into that type of situation, just try to be quick, think quickly. And sometimes you have to pacify your enemy in order to get away from them. And that's what she did. She sang the song. It pacified him for a little bit, and she was able to get away. And she kept doing that until she got home. And that's awesome. That just, like I said, that's that intellect. I could go on and on about this story, and I wish I, could, but it's just a little analysis for me. Be the little girl as far as knowing how to get out of a bad situation. Don't be the little girl as far as getting yourself into the bad situation to begin with. Okay? No matter where you are in life, a little girl or a grown person or an elderly person, we can all be in the same situation. All right? So, yeah. Now, go see Chef. He has a wonderful recipe for you. There was nothing in the story to give him, so he came up with something from Florida for you guys. Go check it out. Please listen to this recipe. Just do the recipes. They're awesome. I've tasted some of them. They're awesome. Okay? And maybe I'll start posting up for you, Yeah. If you want me to start posting the results for some of these recipes, let me know. And when I cook them, I will post the results of the recipes and how they look for me. And I'll give you my actual take on if I did anything to adjust for myself and my taste buds, or because of certain people in my household may having certain medical conditions, what we do to adjust. So just let me know, and yeah, I'll do that for you. But yeah, go see Chef. He has a wonderful recipe for you. And until I see you guys again, until we meet again, until the next voyage, as always, have a blessed day. Welcome, my friends, to the Galley. I am your chef, and today I have a wonderful recipe inspired by the story you have just heard. Today we will be making honey ginger orange salmon. Now, what will you need for the recipe? 2 pounds salmon, or about 6 individual fillets. 2 tablespoons olive oil to drizzle. Salt and pepper to taste. 1 orange sliced. Now, for the honey ginger orange glaze, 1 cup of orange juice, 1 tablespoon orange zest, 3 tablespoons of honey, 1/4 cup of coconut aminos, or you can substitute soy sauce, but adjust that to about 1/4 teaspoon, then add more if needed. 2 cloves of garlic crushed, 2 teaspoons of grated ginger, 3/4 teaspoon of salt, and 2 teaspoons of tapioca flour, or whatever flour that you have at hand. Now, how do we put this recipe together? Easy. First, preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Please adjust this if you deal with Celsius. Pat your salmon dry. Place into a deep baking dish or a sheet pan and season with salt and pepper. In a small bowl, whisk together all of the glazed ingredients, using only 1 teaspoon of the tapioca flour. You'll add the last teaspoon before broiling. Pour the sauce over the salmon. Then drizzle with the olive oil. Bake for 15 minutes if using individual fillets, and about 18 to 22 minutes for a large piece of salmon. Now, remove from oven and whisk the last teaspoon of tapioca flour into the sides of the baking dish, directly into the sauce. This will help thicken the sauce while it broils. Spoon some of the sauce onto the salmon. Set your oven to broil and place the salmon back in for about 3 to 4 minutes. Once finished, spoon the sauce over the salmon. Serve fresh with your choice of sides. We here on the ship love asparagus with some cheese drizzled and melted on top. But that is it, my friend. Now, you go do what you do. Make this recipe yours and let me know how it comes out. And until I have another wonderful recipe for you, always remember the girl and the wolf. So until next time, as always, enjoy! Thank you for joining us on this voyage. Thanks to Art by Chalet for the logo, episode, and t-shirt designs. You may also get a t-shirt and other items on tpublic.com. You can contact me on all socials at AfroTalesCast. That's Afro TALES cast. And email me at AfroTalesPodcast@yahoo.com. You may also become a benefactor by simply sharing with any and everyone, giving a thumbs up, or rating in your podcast app of choice. If you wish to donate, I am on Patreon and Ko-fi.com. That's KO-FI.com. So, until we meet again, may your winds be fair and your seas follow.